was great.
Boom! We are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy, dropping one stack of high society on Alyssa Milano. It's Zach Elias. What's up, buddy?
I should be so lucky. You know, Bill Simmons did Rounders live in New York, and I wasn't there. How you didn't know about all this? A lot of action.
It's so good. That's
It's
another.
so good.
Zach,
It's so
I don't want to.
quotable.
People do it's literally the rewatchables. And even though last week we were talking about Private Parts and I told people, watch that movie, Rounders is so good.
It's so good. 3 stacks of high society, a lot of action, always gin. There's a million great lines. Gin, always gin. He has the whole bottle at the table. What kind of bar is this?
And we're not even getting into Teddy KGB at all.
Of course. He's over the done. He's over the top.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays we do it live. Saturdays we post it later. People, we like the love. We love the hate. We're your mother's favorite podcast. Share this around.
Where's that guy that made fun of us? I want him back. The
The
penis
earthworm
guy.
it was so good.
It was incredible. And I asked him to do me, and he mailed it in. It didn't feel organic. Do me.
I got energy, Zachy. I think we're gonna have a banger tonight. People rate, review, share the episodes. We're so happy.
Healthy?
I think
You
I'm
look virile.
95%. I'm not running or
I haven't been
anything,
95% in years.
but I will be drinking.
Mazel.
For tonight's episode, I'm going to go ahead and make a confession. Remember last week we talked a lot about I could have just put water in the bottles. You would never know the difference, but
Yeah.
we're gentlemen. We would never do that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and come clean. Well, I didn't do that, but I did kind of fuck up. So remember that egg yolk that I drank that would
Yeah.
not come out of here? So that was not alcohol. In the alcohol section, I bought a peppermint just premium syrup that you just add to drinks or something by accident because I'm a complete freaking idiot.
Ew. So it was just
no.
sugar? It was just diabetes?
Well, I only got through the first. No, it wouldn't come out. And Zach, I'm a gentleman. I
Was
want to
there
make bets.
alcohol
So
in it?
no alcohol in it whatsoever.
But I got to
And
call you
called
muscle lips. That was fun.
I called that the PA. I'm just going to go ahead and make up for it. I got
Ooh.
one of the doctor.
Nice.
I'm going to make I can't do it. I feel
If
bad.
I wanted you buy 17 of them. It's just you
No,
brush your teeth with that now.
I went today and I literally went and bought this. Zachy,
I asked you
apologies.
about
You can call
17 of those.
that. That might be early candidate for Pishadoo of the week.
Yeah,
but
you're making up for it. It was funny watching you suck back that thing. Whatever.
fire in the hole. Was that bad that I did the mid gulp? That was not good.
You didn't like the doctor? I love it.
The aftertaste is better than anything else.
I could have 100 of those.
I don't. How many
People have a
before you
problem.
puke?
Of those? 12.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say 12.
12 feels like the number. It feels like barf a clock after 12.
Oh, gee, absolutely terrible. Zacharias, why don't you tell everybody what you are drinking?
I got one more left, and I was going to save it for Fleischer because he usually comes to my Super Bowl, but he's not coming, so I'm drinking this piece of crap. Because he would have usually
What?
drank the IPA out from under me.
No invite?
You never would have come.
Invite me. Right now, invite me.
Come on to Super Bowl.
I can't come. I have a kid. I can't.
Yeah, no, exactly. You got a thing. It's going to be a small crew this year, but the regulars are out. The Fleischer, what we call him? What's his name?
The Fleischbaum?
Yeah, Fleischbaum. And the Georges are having anything better to do also. So
I do. I like the Georges. That's good.
She's better than he is. Yes. Anyway, and you're welcome, Marlene. How'd you do at Mars? Did you win? Did you clean up?
She played today, and then she plays on Thursday night.
Thursday.
I now know
she
her
plays
Mars
Thursdays.
schedule.
I know her schedule. Did you clean up? Did you take all their shekels?
No. She literally played today with my mother at lunch.
Okay, who won?
Do you know the
She
big winner
won.
goes? She goes home with $12. It's not a.
That's nothing to sneeze at. $12
Zachy.
won you yesterday.
Guess what I have?
What is that?
This is my first beer of the year for that much.
Pansy.
I have so many IPAs here, and I couldn't. So when I went to Total Wines, I was like, I'm just gonna get a lager or something I've never had. And I walk by a can that I was like, I need that. I mean, the can is beautiful, but the name is even better. From the Fat Orange Cat Brewery out of North Haven, Connecticut. You had me at meow.
I like it.
I knew you would.
I like it.
It is a sour ale with cranberry, orange, starfruit spices, and I'm gonna need help with this one. Cara, 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 Cara
Tia
twice.
Carrera? What?
I would drink anything she put into a can.
Anything. Hemlock. Let's go. Down the hatch.
5.7% alcohol. My first one of the year. Release the Kraken. Boom. Cheers.
Better work. Wayne's World or Jury Duty? She was great in Jury Duty.
I'm not picking between my two children. Like, don't make me do that. That actually is absolutely horrible. The sour after the menthol that's still stuck from the doctor.
Oh yeah, good. It's like drinking Crest.
Oh. Like if I had hair growing in my throat, it burns it all off.
It's like when you have orange juice after brushing your teeth, and so you immediately regret every choice you've ever made. It's that kind of a thing.
While we're there, are you a brush your teeth and have breakfast, or have breakfast and brush your teeth?
Brush my teeth immediately when I get up. The first thing I do after when I get up is brush my teeth. Sometimes even while I'm taking a piss. Like it's multitasking. I'm swinging all over the place. I brush my teeth the second I get up, and then I'm a scope or not scope. That's Cornish. I'm a Listerine guy, big Listerine guy. I
couldn't agree with you more, Zachy. I'm also I can't function until I brush my teeth. And
the two women in my life are after breakfast, and it is so gross.
Little Mike, who's dying for some credit or something,
did
that on a vacation.
He didn't send me the Bill Simmons thing. You can eat a bag.
I did. I hooked you
up. You did. He didn't, but he sent it to you. He should have sent it to me.
No. Didn't send it to me. Told me about it.
Same.
Yeah, I can't. I have to brush my teeth, and then I wait a half hour because one of my friends told me that's how long for the fluoride to set in, and then I can start my day. But literally, sometimes if I wake up
swimming, hour. Just reading.
I wake up starving sometimes,
I don't.
And I'm like, I'm like, let me brush my teeth. Even if I go back and lay down, I'm like, because I need to eat in a half hour. So
I wake up, brush my teeth, take my Goli because I think those do something. Then my gummy bear vitamins because those also don't do anything. And then I have a cup of coffee. And then we try again tomorrow.
Episode 215, Zachy.
This is a safe space with a nest.
Dicks. Calling this one. What do you think we're going to be talking about today?
Dicks. I mean, the whole thing is one big dick joke for 215 episodes. Why should this be different? Manish Tana.
I don't know why this came up, but as I say to most people, this is just my living record of things that in my life that I mean, I'm going to get dementia at some point, right? I just want to look back some days, and I have gone back before, listened to episodes where I don't even remember half these stories, but something came to my head the other day, which I thought was decent, and I wanted to share it. I'll keep it short. I play college hockey. I don't know if you've heard, and our team struggled. And all I knew is there was a kid I grew up playing hockey with who came to Maryland, or maybe he just came to visit, and I tried recruiting him to the hockey team, being like, hey, if you come here. So I had a car. I pick him up at his dorm. I drive him to the hockey house. We get him obliterated, and it was great. He was out of his mind. Well, what happens to a young kid who doesn't know what they're doing? He passes out 9 o'clock in the middle of the room type of deal. And even though we're trying to do our best for this kid, people grab Sharpies.
Shoes on or shoes off? Is that a thing in Maryland?
It is. I was going to ask you, we are a shoes. If your shoes are on. Now, I had friends that used to take people's shoes off, which is kind of a dick move. The person's passed out. But
yeah,
if you take your shoes off, put them nicely to the side, I will never mess with you.
But if someone takes their shoes off, they're just being nice to the passed out guy.
No. They take them off. Or you know what? I said that backwards.
Shoes on, that's not okay.
Sorry, I said it backwards. People would put their shoes back on and be like, sorry, Johnny. And the person looks down, they're like, the left shoe's on the right. I wasn't that bad of shape.
That's not so good.
So this kid, let's just call him RJ for the sake of it. It's not his initials or anything. So he gets annihilated, and people take Sharpies and just go to town on him. Mm-hmm. He passes out, and then, around 11, he wakes up. He's like, hey, man, can you drive me back to my dorm? And I look at him, and I'm just like, yeah, absolutely, whatever you need or want. I had to drive him 10 minutes from the thing with and he's just looking at me and has dicks all over his face. And I'm just giving him yeah, crazy time, man. I've never spoke to him since. He might not even be alive anymore. I just know that he didn't join the team.
Oh, was he mad? So we did I know it's tough. We got somebody. We did as good as drawing dicks on them. We took a Sharpie and put 2 huge black circles here. He didn't see them for
Never see them.
days. For days, he had them there, and we all were just cool with it.
Watch behind your ears.
Yeah. One time we got somebody with sunless tanner all over them. Just we drew all over him in sunless tanning cream, so like it was just tan dicks on different spots. And then there was the worst was somebody who really passed out badly with his shirt off, shoes on. We took the exterior house paint.
Shoes
shirt
on,
off,
shirt
shoes
off.
on.
No service.
He got served because we painted half of his body and face white with exterior waterproof house paint, so a big Braveheart. You know how hard that is to get off that stuff once it dries? It's rainproof.
You may take our lives, but you'll never take.
The Braveheart jokes were flying with this guy. So we've seen some stuff. Yeah.
I was going to ask you if you had anything good that could top that. Do not ask why I thought of this, but I was walking through my house the other day and I was just like, whatever happened to that fucking kid? And I was like, oh my God, we drew dicks all over. And when I say we, I swear to this day, I was not a part of it.
What's the point?
I was always the person that felt bad for them. I was like, all right, that's enough. He has 7 on his face. Although I may have connected a mustache.
What? Oh, a curly mustache. What kind of mustache?
We're doing blackface on this guy. He was covered, Zach.
I mean, what kind of mustache? Curly cues? Or are we going?
No, I think we just use it connecting.
So if Rosenberg passes out, he's not getting.
No, that group, they were never like that. They were always a lot more mature, I would say.
Well, let him pass out in front of me.
Oh, Jesus. So this upcoming weekend is the big game, the big game, the big game. Yeah. I actually was curious, and now you kind of already started telling me about your Super Bowl party. This will be probably the first year, maybe, God, I can't even tell you, that I'm not making a big deal out of it. Where I legit may not get to see the whole game because Julie and I don't see 10 o'clock ever. If this game goes past 10, we are not awake for it. We're just exhausted.
Have a Red Bull or have a coffee or something.
Then I'll be up till 4 a.m, just sitting there like this, like I'm tired.
Like
I'm tired. I'm tired.
You require ideal conditions to thrive.
I like that. I like to set the mood for everything.
What?
So I like to set the mood. Like if I'm doing something, I want to do it right. Zachy, I'm curious. What is your ideal spread? Like, because I'm debating because we're such hedonists here.
Healthy girl on a table.
I've said this out loud. I just turned 40. My wife did nothing for me.
Yeah, you want to turn a Japanese girl, right?
Or man, I don't discriminate
because it's the epitome of money. Like it's means you've arrived because you find that room and you belong in there. It's the epitome of arrival.
What's the expression? You can't say you have fuck you money if you can't say fuck you. Like
what's the point of having fuck you money if you never say fuck you? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I'm going out. Oh, God, here we go. Tomorrow, my mortgage broker guy is taking me and the rental manager out, and he's.
Is this where you're going? Are you doing this?
Well, I said I literally had this conversation yesterday. He goes, "Where do you want to go?" I go, "Sushi on naked Japanese girl." I said it really fast. He goes, "Yeah, absolutely." I go, "What? Really? You know this place?" He goes, "I didn't hear what you said." I go, "Sushi on naked Japanese girl." He's dying laughing. He goes, "I wish, man. We don't have the budget for that." But like, even where do they have that? What?
Yeah. So like, you gotta hire somebody, right?
You could give me 7 hours. I couldn't find the room. I don't know.
7 hours. At some point, you just go and hire somebody, man.
No, you gotta go to a place. They gotta cook it for you. You're not just ordering takeout.
No. I'm pretty sure the one rule of sushi is they don't have to cook it for you.
No, they're gonna make it. I want someone. No, you have it rolled. It's a setup thing. You're just gonna go to your local spot, get takeout delivery California rolls, and then put it on some broad. No.
I have a half Cambodian here. I mean, all I need is another half.
Doesn't count. Cambodia 0. We saw.
Like for me, exactly like that was good. No, that was such an inside. Like nobody's gonna get that ever.
But you did this too. Like it was incredible. I was on the floor. It took me forever to rewind to the point where I could make this happen. It was great.
You know who's also early candidate for Pishadoo? When you send a live picture and go, make sure you watch it live. You know what you could also do? Just send me a goddamn video. How about that?
No. I wanted the still shot.
All right. So when it comes to having a spread, like I will definitely get something to like make this. It's just the 2.5 of us watching this game at our house.
I got a couple people getting pizza and wings. That's enough.
Exactly. So I don't know what I'm going to do. But I want to ask you about the spread. But then I have a proposition for you, my friend.
Mhm.
One of my favorite podcasts, they were doing like a submit a prop bet, something fun, and we will put it on not FanDuel, but I think they're like Bet365. And I actually
Doesn't go better
submitted
than
something.
anything.
I haven't heard back if maybe mine made on. I think I got like a free hat or something, but I thought it was clever. I have 3 prop bet questions for you that I will let you pick either side. And if you get 2, we're just doing another shot bet
I get a
basically
free
for the
hat.
Super Bowl. No,
I
we're
want
doing
a
a shot bet.
free BYD hat.
We'll talk about it. So the
That
one
means no.
somebody else submitted this, which I thought was pretty good. Again, you can take the. Are you agreeing to this before I do this or no?
Yeah. Let's go. I'm
Yeah.
in mid-season form of taking these shots. You don't even know do one. You're taking syrup.
First prop bet. It's called the Mr. Irrelevant prop bet. Will Brock Purdy throw over or under 262 yards in the Super Bowl?
I think under,
You're going under. I think under is the play there, but I'll give it to you.
unless they're
That
down by
was
a ton. But all right.
somebody else submitted. Yeah, but that could be like 2 outs to Debo Samuel. 262 is a lot.
Yeah.
Although the KC defense, the one that I submitted, which I thought was pretty good, was I called it the Kansas City barbecue prop. An average rack of ribs has 13 bones in it. Will the Kansas City Chiefs score more or less than 13 and a half points in the first half?
Oh,
Got to think about it.
over.
Over. Okay.
Think.
And the last one, with the point spread, who's winning the game? And I believe the spread is 2.5
2?
right now.
KC getting
I
2.
can-
Or giving 2.
I believe it's KC 2 or 2.5. I can look it up right now.
Give me 2.
But okay, you want 2?
I think KC wins outright. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So do you not want the points?
I'll take the points.
-2. All right, so you're taking KC -2. All right, so you got the under, the over, and KC -2. Best
Yeah.
of 3 takes it
What
home.
do you have?
The opposite of whatever you just picked, asshole.
Oh, you're the house? I've never seen
I'm the-
blackjack before. Look at the shit behind you.
Well, we had our Brazilians come today and clean the house, and they kind of set this up here. I was like, let's see if it works. In where I live,
Amanda's
it's all
got San
Brazilians.
Francisco. Bet the farm on KC.
Amanda's not a mush.
She's not a mush.
Amanda has one stereotype, and you've never been around it. I love her to death.
You said she's
She
the
is
goddamn worst. I don't know.
the worst singer I've ever heard in the history of singing.
Ooh,
Like,
we're going karaoke after.
no, it's like she legit is tone deaf, and I don't mean that as like, oh, she's so. I mean, she's not in the right
Great.
key. It's bad.
So, Amanda, after you bilked me out of all my money at Serendipity 3, we are going to do karaoke.
It's bad. It's really bad. She's the best, but like her karaoke's
she's
not
great.
good. Zachy, feeling quirky? Want to eat some jerky?
Sure, why not? What do I got? Oh, right. Yeah. Quick. Mayor of Las Vegas wants nothing to do with athletics. Figure out a way to stay in Oakland, she says. What a line.
You sunk my number one. That's literally my number 13.
Figure it out, and she looks like a real battle axe, too.
Why? Do you understand what bringing do you know what the Super Bowl is costing right now? Because the tickets started at, $8-9 grand. You know they're up to $11,000 at this point. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. You know what they cost to get 11,000 people in for the A's? $11 a pop. Nobody wants to see that shit team. No, in Oakland, in Vegas, they'll sell anything. It'll be all
In
fans
Vegas,
of the road teams. They'll sell.
Yeah, people go, you get the Vegas flu. This makes no sense. And part of me was thinking she might be doing reverse psychology of like, oh, we don't want to take away team. You know what? In politics, sweep the leg, Johnny.
Yeah.
Don't care.
No, she's like, we want no part of it. She's an idiot. So I don't even know if this is a Pishadoo or like a thing that's making me quirky. Are you familiar with Tinks?
Kinks, I have a lot of them.
I'm sure you do. Tinks. She's an influencer. She has a take on birthday paying that's really tickling me where I itch or something. If you're the birthday person and you invite your friends out, traditionally everyone pays for your meal. En français. She thinks you should pay for the table because you're the one foisting this project onto them to come out to your restaurant to celebrate you, to, hey, look at me. I don't think she's wrong.
No, for a big birthday, maybe if
Who
you're
gives a
throwing
shit?
something.
If I force your ass to go to the city, if I'm having an East Village, you want to pay for me? I've given you a project, and you're showing up. I should pay for you. I think I'm going to start doing this.
Okay.
You're
Twist
not
my
getting
arm.
invited
No,
then.
this is one of those. It depends on how much the thing costs, in my opinion.
So you're forcing them to buy you a lobster because you're just then bilking your friends out of a free meal.
Divided by. We're also at the point where like you go out with 6-7 friends. Like when my friends go out, we do a steak dinner. We pay for the birthday guy because it only adds like another $20 to everybody's bill. Like who
I think
cares?
that you know what, you're not going out for a steak dinner if he's paying for all of you. You can go to Sizzler.
You're not inviting certain. It would take away from your birthday experience. I would not
see
want
who
to
you
do
really
that.
want there, or you play credit card roulette. I don't hate her. I don't hate her.
My 40th birthday, Zach, I paid for everybody to go roller skating, and then I paid for their food after. You know what we had? Popeyes and Domino's.
Because my invitation got lost in the mail.
I believe you were invited. I'm pretty sure I have a text. Kick in the dick. I said you can come. You're not coming.
If you open with "you're not coming," that's an unvite. It's a non-vitation. I liked that one. Ed Sheeran, is he on your list? This idiot. Yeah. So 10 years later, apparently, he's done this before. He sings and plays guitar at a cat cafe in front of cats. And they were not impressed the first time, and they were not impressed this time either. You know why? Because they're fucking cats.
Because you had me at meow.
Exactly that. The Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce inspired airline custom numbers. Did you see that stupid thing?
Nope. What's her number?
1989. United Airlines flight 1989 gets you from KC to Vegas. And there's also flight 2287, which combines Taylor Swift's famous single Red 22 or whatever with his numbered jersey 87. You're liking this?
Ugh, yeah. As much as I hate the whole Taylor Smith, like I think that's clever. I like it.
I would be melting down on an airline getting all the free tickets if I saw that.
Limp.
The best. He just dropped. He dragged out. So Auburn star Johanny Broom. Do you see this? So he did Auburn basketball. The ball went out of bounds.
Okay.
Ball went out of bounds. He's falling back. A fan pulls on his jersey, sitting front row. He turns and slaps the fan's hand, except that it's Morgan Freeman. 90-year-old Morgan Freeman, who's just like trying to keep him upright. There they are.
Don't touch me.
Then he goes back and is like dying laughing. But come on,
that's his Shawshank Redemption. Like, you don't touch me.
I suppose it is. Then they went to Zenwatanejo to get to the next day. The two of them. And this one's the best for me. Police rescue toddler stuck inside Hello Kitty claw machine. He was king of the mountain. A fucking toddler got stuck inside the machine, as sometimes they do. And
how?
What? He got in there. I don't know. It doesn't really say how he got in there. The cops had to break the glass. You know what bothers me the most?
That he was going for a Hello Kitty?
They gave him the stuffed animal. No, they gave him one. If you get in there, you haven't used the claw. You don't deserve one.
If you get in the claw machine, I would literally be dropping each one out to all of my friends.
He clearly has no friends except, Officer Koharski. But no, the kid got in there, and I don't like it. They gave him one. He gets rescued. He gets his 15 minutes. He gets his flowers. Fine. Don't get a stuffed animal. There's lawlessness. There's no rules in this world then.
You were so harsh, this little kid.
That's what I got. Yeah. He's stealing. He's bilking the establishment out of a stuffed animal. And now they got to buy a new claw machine.
I absolutely hate those claw machines. I think they're such ripoffs. I played hockey with this kid who, I'm not making this up, 3 for 4 could get you a prize.
A friend of one of my good friends' wives, 4 for 4. You don't miss. Doesn't miss. And she's like Italian, like mafia princess feels like. We have stuff like she's just boom here, but just doling out candy. She's trying to hold us a broken thing given. She is.
They're still making money because the toys are worth less than the $1 that it costs to put the thing in there.
100%. But she's lights out. But she doesn't cheat. She doesn't go in there. She does it honest. Don't like this kid.
Hey Zach, what you watching?
We finished up some stuff. We finished up Slow Horses. It was good. We started last night. You gotta wait for Gary Oldman to start cooking. You didn't give it a chance. Last night we started Griselda.
Julia told me I should tell you about Griselda. I don't think it's good enough to recommend, but go on.
Are you kidding me?
Watched it.
We watched
It's
2
literally
episodes.
It's every narco story that's ever happened. Now, there are tatas in it, which helps.
Right. I was going to say there's a huge pair of cheat sheets in the second episode. No, it's not Sofia Vergara's, but those things, each one has their own cartel. I mean, forget about it. And there's a lot of other stuff happening.
Come on, you're watching that show going, because there's no retirement in the narco community. You're watching it to go, does she die or go to jail? That's it, right?
Well, I know the answer because it's a true story.
Oh, you've heard of her before? Because I had not.
Yeah. She was referenced in some other thing. Nevertheless, I know what happens. I know how it ends. I want to see how they get there. And, some cheap cheat sheets. It's fine. Some cheap tatas. It never hurts.
There's a couple scenes that you're just like, what the hell is she doing? Which we'll talk about when you get there. Zach, can we talk about the obvious? What? I want you to give it on the what's the scale called?
Grammys. Is that a thing?
We'll talk about the
Grammys. I want to see Billy Joel.
Zach, Herb, give it a rating.
Oh. Tough. They pack a lot into a half hour. They really do. Okay. I would call it a 5. Some big laughs, I think. Sophia Oleda, whatever her name is, Maria Sophia, terrible. Like, they didn't need to bring her back.
I don't get it.
I had forgotten about her. She was funny enough. Like, then
I also forgot about her.
Yeah, like, I didn't need her, and she's gonna have a whole look. Dick Dial, that was funny. The fat dog, funny. I
actually think the dick dial is kind of stupid. Like, who butt dials on an iPhone? Every iPhone makes you put in a 17-digit password these days.
But his dick is ordering pizza. That was funny.
But at the end of it, where Larry's butt dialing the guy,
that was stupid. No, that part was Brookie would make me nuts. I'd have to get to the bottom of it. It would make me insane. Mm-hmm. And the maid, which I had sort of forgot about, that was funny. She's throwing stuff out the window when she wasn't. Fantastic. Now, at a hotel like that, there is no shot they lip off. They wouldn't say a damn thing because he's in like a 9-bedroom suite. He could do
no English, Zach.
It doesn't matter. He could kill someone, and it's her job to make it go away because he's Larry David paying for that room in that hotel. So, like, yes, maybe when he was coming up on the road, like some Motel 6, they give you some shit. No, they don't say a word to you there. You're Mr. Larry. How many towels?
Mr. Larry.
Exactly. Mr. Larry. That's all it is. So, like, but it was a 5. They're opening. They needed more characters. Like, I wanted Susie more. I wanted Jeff more. Like, Richard Lewis could die any moment. So give him his screen time
it's
now.
Funny because I gave it like a 6, in my opinion, maybe even a 6.5, 7. And then I read a review. I think it was on Barstool, and when they pointed out there was no Susie, no Jeff, because for me, the amount of times I've been in a restaurant and I can literally see my food and I'm like, I might just go get my food. Like, granted, it's not in the waiter's hand.
That was hysterical.
That was great. I mean, I definitely have. When you see your food in the window and your waitress over there, I'm like, like sometimes I get up and just go get my own stuff. Like, I have in a restaurant before where it's free refills and the fountain soda is right there. I go make my own Sprayola. I'm like, this is insane. And the best part is, as I'm doing it, nobody says a word.
They don't care. Nobody but like cares. Taking the tray out the guy's hand, they would kill someone. Yeah, it was funny. They pack a ton in. I thought that the Spanish show, it was just over. Like, who cares?
Do you know what bothers me about the show just a little bit? And this could be my own craziness, is the fact that his hair has just gotten completely...
It's terrible.
Because I saw like a scene from episode 6 when he kept it like high and tight, but now he's just going for the crazy look.
It's the Doc Brown. It's full Doc Brown. You know who else is rocking it exactly the same? My mom's husband. My stepfather's with the same hairdo.
Albert?
Yeah, that's the guy, Albin. But yeah, he's got the same hairdo as that now. Your father has that.
Pishadoo of the week. We got to get through this because I told you I have trivia and I really like my trivia.
Go.
So we have 2 listener submitted Pishadoo candidates where normally when people tell me stuff, I'm just like, oh yeah, great story. Number 1 fan Ron Katz sent me an article. a tourist this past week was at Yellowstone National Park where they have a bunch of hot springs. And the guy decided to put his finger in the hot spring. Do you know what happened?
Burned off?
Burned the shit out of it.
Did you say tourist like Charles Barkley to do a thing, or that's how you say tourist?
I say tourist to be obnoxious.
Okay.
You know most of what I say is obnoxious.
Well,
right?
I can always tell if it's your Maryland accent with your wooder and that other shit you do.
Oh, wait. My Maryland accent has, like, other than wooder, which I do on purpose to annoy you. Like, I say warsh on purpose to annoy you, but, like, I can speak like an educated person.
I suppose. I don't know. You were called out for being a New Yorker and you said toots on a cruise once, so that was great.
All right, Zach. Round 2. Hey, Zach. Have you ever heard of Carolina Shino?
Now I have.
What did she do?
This Ukrainian Japan. This Nippon. Every time I hear Nippon, I think it's like nipple or something. Go on.
She got caught having an affair and is no longer Miss Nippon. She relinquished her crown.
I'm sorry. It was, I couldn't control myself.
I saw that. Rod's like,
wait a minute. Rod, is she married?
I don't know. I
then
don't
what
think
the
you
fuck
can
does
be
she
married.
have? She didn't have an affair. The other guy did.
Yeah, I don't think that's good.
It's okay if you're the single one. If you're the other woman, I mean, it's not ideal. But he's the one who cheated, not her.
The subject of Ron Katz's email going, I don't know, has anybody ever impeached her of the week twice? And I'm like, oh, this is going to be a winner. And then I read it. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Candidate number 3.
You're married.
Think I may have talked.
Former Miss Nippon shows up. You have the affair.
I may have talked about this at some point, but girls are now taking those little plastic inserts and they're putting them in their bras where it looks like they have a pierced nipple. Like, so they're making it look like their nipples are pierced. What's up with that? Yeah, it's like fake nipple piercings type of deal where they, like, you put a patch. Like, what is that called? Like a
prosthetic. I get it.
And it has the barbell going across, so then when they put their tight shirt on, it makes the girls faking their nipple piercings.
I don't like it. It's false advertising, because then when the shirt comes off, you're not pierced. You're still there. I mean, they're tits, but like you're still a little disappointed. Yeah, it does matter. You're a little disappointed. You thought you were getting something that you're not. Yeah, you are, because you thought you were getting some freaky ass. Well, man, if she's freaky enough to do that, you're in for a wild ride. But when she's not and just starts folding her clothes neatly.
Zach, I'm going to take the counter to this, that somebody who's willing to fake nipple piercings, it's going to take you to a level you've never been to.
No way. She's real insecure. She's like, is this good? Is this right?
Is this good?
I don't like it. I don't like her.
Candidate number 4. There was this clip. There was a sign that went viral this past week that it was a Pizza Hut that had to close. Let me go ahead and read it for you. It says, the dining room will be closed this evening. Sorry for the inconvenience. But at the top of it, it says, due to unforeseen circumcisions.
I saw that. I like it. God bless ChatGPT.
God, that is somebody who was like, they couldn't spell circumstances. That's the idiot in this conversation.
I like it.
Candidate number 5. I guess this might be a week old at this point, but Joe Biden was campaigning with the auto workers up in Detroit last week. And what he did for his whole staff was they picked up Detroit-style pizza for people to eat it on the way back. And God bless, because I'm a fan of Detroit-style pizza. The problem is you know what's gaining a lot of popularity is burnt pizza, where they serve burnt pizza at a lot of places. And you actually say, like, why are they burning pizza? And people like that. Well, he got like so much heat. Ilio's is fantastic. What are you talking about?
It's fantastic.
But this pizza is literally how it's served. I mean, that is black.
Yeah.
And they ended up going on this whole, like, I can't believe he'd serve us this pizza. I'm thinking, like, Detroit's pizza is fantastic.
I care a lot less about that.
Okay. I'm just telling you, pizza. There are pizza places in Manhattan that purposely make them like that. Yeah. And, like, it's not well done. It's burnt. And I've had this argument with patients, and they go, oh, no, I like that. Stay with me, Zach.
I don't like it. No, I'm hurting.
Candidate number 6, your Minutemen had a little fun weekend. Did you see what happened in their college basketball game against George Mason?
No. They won, though, that game.
They did win. So George Mason was down 2, and it was one of the, in college basketball games, it's all just fouling. You drive, they foul,
Yeah.
they foul. Well, it was a situation where George Mason then goes the Minutemen. I'm going to say this wrong. George Mason hits like a miracle 2 to tie the game with a couple of seconds left. And the Minutemen get it was like 3 seconds. They inbound the ball to UMass, and the George Mason guy runs up and fouls the guy real quick because that's all they've been doing for the last couple of minutes. The guy goes to the foul line, hits a free throw, game's over. Win by 1.
Idiot.
It was one of those, like, I don't know if they're not paying attention.
The education system at George Mason is the Pishadoo.
Granted, they've made a Final Four more recent than either of our schools. I heard that story and I was like, how fucking stupid are you? Like, that's really, really bad. Candidate number 7. Did you hear the NYPD is going full-blown Yankees? Facial hair to here.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
although I do like a good cop mustache. They should all have mustaches. It's part of it.
But the cop mustache is like, you get a little...
It doesn't always. It can be a little thin paper thing. It doesn't have to be. It's whatever they got. Whatever your face works with.
A thin paper thing? You think New York PD cops put like wax in there?
Mr. Bond. Well these days. Mr. Bond. By the way, corrections officer, I saw on the subway. It pays $130,000 to get the shit kicked out of you at Rikers. That's not bad.
I have a story for another day. Candidate number 8. A study came out that picking your nose leads to Alzheimer's. Apparently, when you put your finger in your nose, it introduces all these germs that they've now are correlating with Alzheimer's. I don't believe it. I was one of those like, nah, I'm gonna need some more.
Everybody picks their nose, and a very small segment of the population gets Alzheimer's.
I notice it more when I'm driving. I'm definitely like knuckle deep in my nose sometimes at a red light and just turn her over like, hey, how's your weekend going there, Freddie? How's it going? like I couldn't care less.
You're picking to show it to him?
You can't do that in New York City.
Open the window and go like this. Flick it right at him. See where that goes. Out his window, make it stick.
All right, let me rearrange this so I can actually...
If someone flicked a booger and stuck to your car window, are you throwing fists? Are you killing him at that point? You gotta get out of the car.
No, I'm washing it off. No chance.
He flicked one and it stuck.
In Jersey, everybody has a gun. Like, no chance.
You should get a gun then. Because if someone flicks a booger at you, it's a gots to shoot him situation.
Gots to shoot him. Candidate number 9. Did you hear Shane Gillis is hosting SNL?
Go on.
You don't know who Shane Gillis is?
No.
Well, for starters, he has a comedy special on Netflix that you should
watch.
I've
heard. You talk about him all the time.
He's very funny. Do you know what happened to him 5 years ago?
I have no idea. Did he get Me Too'd?
Close. It was right when that was getting big. He got signed to do SNL, and then people started going through like every stand-up set he ever did. Apparently, he made an Asian joke, and they're like, "And you canceled. Bye, SNL."
An Asian joke? I almost made one of those at your wedding, but you wouldn't let me.
This is a guy, like, I feel like this is the ultimate eating crow. They hired him and fired him when he was a nobody. And then because of his hard work and dedication, he's just exploded. The guy is way more famous than he ever would have been. He is also now the spokesperson for Bud Light because he went on Rogan and drank like 16 Bud Lights in 3 hours. And like, he is, the whole trans thing they did last year with Bud Light, like, Shane Gillis is Mr. Bud Light right now. This is the ultimate fuck you.
And he shouldn't go on it.
He's doing it as like a, how you like me now, bitches?
I wouldn't do it. I would do counter programming, whatever the new Mad TV or Fridays is.
That's not a thing.
Then he should make one, the Gillis Hour. I would house counter programming.
He has his own show, man. He has his own thing. He does lots of skits. They're Netflix. Funny.
I would, whatever it takes, take a slot on some network that's got nothing on at Saturday at 11:30. Just one time.
He's going on, I guarantee you, he says, you watch SNL. He's going to be like, How Do You Like Me Now? Like 100%. Yeah, he's bigger. He would have maybe been on the cast for a couple of years. He's now hosting 5 years after he was hired. Anyway, you look at that. I think it's a great fuck you. You like to pick on people selling stuff on Facebook.
Oh, good.
One of my Facebook friends is selling a used calculator for $8. It's not even like a TI-83. It's like one of those little Casio type of things that has like a full $8. You need the $8 that bad? Just throw it out.
Buy it. You could show it on this fine program. Oh, I thought you had it there. And here it is, John Oliver style.
I have a cell phone. I'm not buying a calculator.
There is
anytime soon.
you do know that imminently a bag of loose Legos will be showing up on this thing.
All right,
the only
last two
problem is I
because
don't want to give it the satisfaction of the $20.
I got two more because you sunk my submarine. Did you hear about the San Diego massage parlor that got busted?
Yeah, they
Apparently,
didn't
it's
catch it.
adjacent to a church, and too many sex noises were coming out of the back room. So they did a whole. I mean, like, can you
I'd
imagine
be
being in a
surprised if they
church?
weren't coming out of the back room of the church, I gotta tell you.
But
I'd
they
be
actually
surprised
had
if
to
the
send
massage
in.
parlor didn't complain. Listen, there's a lot of priests going on back there. It's like, you gotta keep it down for these rubbing tugs. You're distracting.
The fact that they actually sent in cops and 4 cops got propositioned with sex for this, all I can think the whole time is like, if you are doing something illegal in a massage parlor, like, aren't you like a keep it quiet type of thing? Like, who's making those types of noises
I don't
to
know.
alert the
All
church
I
next
think it was
door?
that scene in The Wire where he can't control himself and they break in on him. It's too good at it.
And the last candidate, did you see the Apple VR has been
Yeah.
officially released? And there's all types of idiots on the subway that are, doing their things. Do you know the one thing that the Apple VR does not play?
I do. I found it out today. I said, listen, to our dorky guy in the office who's all into all these techie things, I go, there's really one application for this. He goes, no, it doesn't work like that. I go, what? He goes, it's really not meant for that. It's not good. I go, dude, stop. There's one application for this thing. There's one thing that this thing is meant for. He goes, it doesn't work. The whole thing is meant for that. It's like, he goes, well, also, what you can't see. What if someone comes in? I go, you do it when no one's around. You light the candles. You do it nice.
I can't believe, because I've come across a video or two as like VR, stuff. And I'm going like, I'm never buying a thing. I don't care at all. And the fact that they come out with something, granted, it's $3,500.
45 is a good one.
Oh, is there multiple ones?
Of course.
I had no idea. I can't believe that. And
look at it. It looks like it's perfect. Hands free. Go to fucking town. Just like Jesus Christ.
Tourist touches a hot springs in Yellowstone. Miss Carolina Shino relinquishes her crown. Girls faking their pierced nipples. Pizza Hut closed for circumcisions. Sorry for the shortcomings. Biden burned for his Zod Detroit style. George Mason fouls a Minuteman. NYPD's going full-blown Yankee. Picking your nose can lead to Alzheimer's. Shane Gillis hosting SNL, selling a calculator for $8. Sex noises gets a San Diego massage parlor busted. And Apple VR doesn't do porn.
It's
Who's the Pishadoo?
There's no contest. It's selling a calculator for $8. You're a fucking idiot. Like, seriously, if you want $8, just ask. Like, I probably say no, enough. But I might just say, what?
It is so low that, like, at some point, I will take this post down if people collectively send. I'd send $1, just so I don't have to see it anymore.
Yeah, like, is he doing well or is he really hurting?
It's a female and she's absolutely lovely, and I will probably never see her or talk to her pretty much ever again, but she's delightful.
Okay. Named after the thing. Nevertheless, $8. Name on the thing. Let's go with it.
Nah.
No, I'm not giving
Zachy.
Yeah.
I got trivia. Let's get through these.
Dance.
This past weekend was the Grammys. Last week, somebody decided to do a study where they wanted to find out and I actually, when I first heard this on the radio, I had to slow it down because they more or less mixed up frequency with ratio. And I was like, wait, so that makes the person more or less? But it is female rappers that use curse words in their songs. So I have here the top 15. But what I'm going to do with you, we're going to do a get 5 before you miss 5. It is female rappers, but I'll just go ahead and tell you, like, some of them are just female singers that, like, all their songs to. So I will tell you the ratio and how many curse words they've ever used in their songs. Just give me 5 before you miss 5.
Sure. Do I need pen and paper? Because I don't have it.
No, I got this. Just we're going X's and O's.
All right.
But, I'll just tell you, most of them have been making songs for the last 10 years. Like,
all right, I got it. Like, let's do this thing. We're short on time, this guy. I get the rules. Now make with the questions.
There's no questions. You're guessing 5 of them before you miss 5. Simple as that.
I just guess names. 5 people?
5 female singers that have used curse words in their songs, and that's it. I'm giving you the top. You got to get the top 10.
Oh, the
Like, there's
top 10.
definitely like two. There's
You
like
didn't
two you've never
explain.
heard of, but
Okay.
you're gonna know every other one.
Fine. Top female that have used curse words in their songs. I'm sure Beyonce has cursed once.
Beyonce is number 3 on the list. She has said 303 curse words, which is a 1 out of every 143 times. One out of every 143 words.
I'm sure Lauryn Hill has cursed plenty.
Lauryn Hill didn't even make the top 15.
All right. How about Megan Thee Stallion?
Megan Thee Stallion coming in at number 2. She says a curse word 1 out of every 15 words, and she has said 474 curse words. Doesn't have that big of a body of music. It shocked me that she was number 2. But she is the highest frequency because she's 1 out of every 15. That's when I heard this on thing. They're like, this person's 1 out of every 30.
I get the game now. All right. So now, what else? Who else has curses a lot?
Keep in mind that like bitch counts as a curse word, which I was like, I didn't know that.
Maybe. I think of females. Who else curses a fair amount? This is dead air. I wish I'd known beforehand. I'm clearly missing some. A curse.
Let me know if you want clues.
No. Janet Jackson? Does she curse?
Get out of here. She has not made music in the last 10 years, Zach.
Yeah, but she's allowed to curse. So Zach, how far back does this go?
I think it's a study of everything, but like literally we're talking about people have made music. It was the Grammys. Like it was literally everybody at the Grammys.
Okay, Lizzo?
Lizzo came in at 11. She's 1 out of every 139 and curse words 133 times. That's an X as well. So.
Cardi B?
You know what? Not on the list, which I think was horseshit. I think they made a mistake.
The same thing.
Yeah, Cardi B wasn't on the list. That's number 4. Jesus.
I'm 1 for 4.
You
have 1 hit, 4 misses.
4. You have two hits, 4 misses right now.
I'm a mess. Who am I missing? Probably, I don't know, like those antebellums. I got nothing. Who was a female that curses a lot?
You're thinking it wrong. SZA is number 6 on the list. I did not think you were getting SZA. 1 out of every 51 words, 165 curse words in all of her music. Okay, wow, I didn't think you were getting SZA. I thought that was like, he'll never get SZA. You need 2 more. SZA adjacent. SZA at all. Who else falls in that same exact?
I don't know. Who curses a lot?
It's not curses a lot. Think about female musicians that are making music in the last 10 years.
Yeah. Well, it's not Taylor Swift.
Number 15, but you said not, so I'll get rid of that. Yeah. That surprised me. She has cursed 1 out of 1,174 words, she says, is a curse word. The ratio was the worst.
That was the worst? I don't know.
Number 15.
Who else? All right, I'm going to go with Marlene Simon-Schnitzer here for the win. Billie Eilish. So I'm cursed.
Billie Eilish does not curse at all. Let's go down these. Number 10. Ice Spice was number 10. You weren't getting that.
Ice Spice.
Number 9, the Border Collie, Lady Gaga. Number 8, Summer Walker, who's the only person on here I've never heard of.
I've never heard of Summer Walker.
Number 7, Walker. Ariana Grande.
Really? I don't know any of her songs.
Doesn't matter. She's been making music. Number 5, Doja Cat. I thought you'd get that one.
Why? I don't know anything about Doja Cat.
Doesn't matter. She's a female that makes music. Number 4, Rihanna. And number 1, Nicki Minaj. 1 out of every 30 words, 1,612 curse words in all her songs.
I know almost none of these people. I know who they are, but I wouldn't have pulled them.
But you didn't go full-blown Allison, and that's all that mattered.
What about Da Brat? Is she on there? Because she was great.
Has she made any music in the last 10 years?
Who cares? It's not 10 years. You said it goes all the way back.
You were supposed to guess Miley Cyrus, who was number 12. That was the only one you kind of missed.
Smoke show. She's shredded.
Get out of here.
Diesel. She's out of her mind. Oh, you like fake nipple piercing? She's probably got everything pierced. She's probably like that girl from Rat Race who's like all pierced up and connected.
Boozer Daddy the podcast. Thanks for listening to tonight's episode. We had fun. Hey, Zach, guess who died? Toby Keith. Name your favorite song.
I don't know, like plastic cups or something. I saw solo cups.
Plastic-
All I know about Toby Keith is from Family Guy. Toby Keith doesn't want to be fed. Toby Keith wants to hunt. In the Jurassic Park episode.
Made in America. We out.
All right.